constructed, energy-efficient home. There are a number of features I'd like to point out. While we're on the outside here, I want you to take note of the clear story windows that you see across the middle of the house, which is producing natural daylighting. We'll talk about more on the inside. The second feature is the recycled materials throughout the house. For example, these redwood columns are constructed from an old sign and cut into place to make the columns. The third thing I want to talk about before we move inside is the passive solar feature of this house. This is in Greenville, middle of September. The sun in the summertime is up here at 77 degrees on a south-facing house. As the sun moves across the sky, it is going to lower to 34 degrees. Right now, as it is the middle of September, the sun has come up about halfway up the wall, which is, in essence, giving more sunshine directly in the house, whereas in the summertime, it is blocked entirely. Come on inside and we'll show you some of the additional features. To start out with, there is a concrete floor on the inside of the house here. This concrete floor is the passive solar mass that is delivering the heat, making this house very energy efficient. As you can see, the sun is shining through the window and is capturing on a very small section of the floor. This is early September. The winter is not quite here yet. As it gets colder out, the sun will project out further and further every day to where a very large amount of the floor will be covered up with sunlight during the daytime hours. One of the recycled materials that featured in the house is the Korean window sills that are used, that are very low maintenance and do not have to be painted. As far as the daylighting, let's take a look at the windows here in the kitchen. As we look from the outside, the sun is coming through and shining directly on the corrugated metal decking that's up there. This corrugated metal decking is giving a diffused light back into the house. This is in essence giving us natural daylighting on the inside of the house throughout. It's bright enough in here to be able to see and do most things that you want to do without having a light on in the house whatsoever. The interior of the house has a wall with a window on the inside that allows this light to shine through the clear story into the bedroom. Come on in the bedroom and take a look. As you can see, this window on the inside is shining through the wall, through the window, up about 8 foot. This is allowing privacy because the window is so high, but yet it's allowing the light to come through the room and light the room sufficiently, again, to do what you want. This same feature is carried through into this bedroom, this bathroom, the other bathroom, and the other bedroom. So it's carried throughout the house. Every room in the house, with the exception of one, has daylighting from above, which is giving lower electric bills because you will need less light. Recycled materials in this one room include the windows. This is actually bulletproof glass that was left over from an old, was recycled out of a warehouse, a commercial building. The carpet itself was leftover materials that was not needed for a commercial building, and allowed the rooms were small enough to be able to utilize it. The doors are 8 foot tall. They're solid wooden doors that were recycled from an old warehouse that was being torn down. It gave a very nice effect to this house by providing a large door with a 14-foot ceilings. When we go to the other side of the house, we see the corridor here has lighting from above through the clear story. The clear story is lighting the 3 rooms on this side, being the corridor itself, the bathroom, which if you flip the light on in the bathroom, and with it and without it, you have very little lighting effect on the room. The same is true with the bedroom. By flipping the light on, you're not producing much more light than you had from the clear story, it's sufficient to be able to see. One last thing I'd like to talk about is the features of the floor. When we poured the floor, what we did was we took recycled wine bottle glass and we broadcast it into the wet concrete. This gave us a finished product in an exposed concrete floor. Once we had it down, we cut the squares in each of the tile, in a tile shape that allowed the appearance of having large ceramic tiles with the exposed concrete glass, ground it down, and provided a smooth finish with a clear coat of epoxy. These features gave us very economical finishes throughout the house. If you're interested in this house, a newly constructed house, or a newly constructed commercial building with green features, please contact us at the attached website that you found this video on. Thank you.